what we're going to look at here is creating your own book cover in the mock-up that's available from Cover Vault. Now we're starting off with their example, which pops up here in a JPG or a PNG, I forget which, but let's go back and have a look. And there's the bottom one, you can see it there. That's the finished mock-up that they're showing. Let's go back and we'll open the PSD file, which is Photoshop, you know. And it comes up because it says PSD there. And open in another app. So let's go and find the app that I want to open it in, which is Copy to Photo, Affinity Photo. It's opening the file, and there it is. Now we know it's the right one because it brings in all of the layers that are created. The coffee cup, the cover, the tablet itself. Now what we want to do, I can just show that. I can take the coffee cup off and just select the area, and you can see my finger tap on there, and on there again. So we've got the image back. Now what I want to do is make that a little bit larger so it's easier to do what we want to do with it. So I'll just touch the hand up there, make sure the view tool is okay, then enlarge the image as big as I can get it. Now this works best if you've got an Apple Pen, and what I want to do is put my own image on top of that. The sample may not necessarily have cover detail on it like the book title and things, but we'll see. So you select Filter, see that one there? Filter. Now I don't want all filters because it's a huge list. I just want the distortions. Did you see that? Distortions. You've got all filters, blurs, distortions, sharpen and noise. We want the distortions one. Now we've got to go through this list. We're looking for perspective. Lens correction, lens distortion, LM. There's perspective there. You can see it right there. So we'll tap on that, and over the image you can see it puts what we want there. Now that's going to be where our image will go, but we can't put it on there yet. We've got to select that and place from photos. I'm going to use Dragons of Sarasara. It's a book cover I've already got. And you can see the perspective grid is gone. I'm still highlighted on the cover. And I'll draw in now. I don't even need the perspective on this one by the look of it, because I can just use the resize as it is. But I do need the perspective now, so we'll go on there, P perspective. There's the perspective. The frame is exactly the same. Now you can drag it in from the corners if you've got a different one, and you can see right above where the pen obviously is from the blue circle, I've got another circle showing the exact detail lines. Now fortunately this one doesn't have to move, but what you've got to remember to do if you want it in your image is go down the bottom and click Apply. And there's the image. There's the tablet, there's the coffee cup. We don't need that one on there, we can take that off. And there's the finished product. Select the hand, the view tool, and reduce it in size. Move it a little bit. There's the finished idea. Now what I'd like to do is try another one in the same vein, but one that is skewed so we can see how that perspective tool works. Now I'll just go up here. Oops, wrong one. Go to save a copy. And cover vault. Now I don't want to overwrite the original, but I do want to create a copy. So that'll save a copy. Working in Affinity Photo, and adds it to there. So I know where it is in future. I won't bother exporting that one yet. Oh well, maybe I will. Okay, I can show you how that goes. There's one I've done previously. That's in the sample. There we are, back again. Click that. Export. Now the share, I can share it to my photos directory, the iPhone photos. Now you may not have that on yours. Click that, we want to export that. I'll put it in there, Affinity Photo, and it's exported that. Okay, now what I want to do is hop out of that, go back to Documents, go back there, and you can see I've got a wine bottle one. There's another mock-up there that I've downloaded. Let's have a look at that one and see what that one is. That's that one, and that's another front-on one as well. So what I'm trying to find is, there's one from the e-reader. Dust jacket, e-reader mock-up. Tablet on a coffee table, paperback book with iPhone. Let's see what that one looks like. Let's put it into a directory. No, I've got the wrong one. There we go. Now there's a book cover that's slightly skewed. Let's try that one, shall we? We want to open that PSD file with our Affinity Photo. So we copy it to Affinity Photo. Loading, and there we go. Now we've got two here, one on the iPhone and one on the book cover, and we've got spine text there too. So this one may be a little different. There's the spine, and you can see all these different ones by simply highlighting or not the item that's there. And they're all going completely on and off because you can see they're in groups. So let's enlarge the whole thing. There's our view tool. We'll just do, in this exercise, we'll place the cover here. We'll just do the book cover itself because that's slight. It's got a slight perspective shuffle to it. So we'll remove the phone, we're just left with the cover. Remove the spine because we just want the cover at this stage. Now that's all we've got. We could probably take off the table and all the rest, but it's a neat clean edge down the bottom. So now we'll go find my Dragons of Sara again, place from photos. There's Dragons of Sara. And you can see the perspective in that is really all wrong. And this is what we fix now by going to there, the filter. See the filter there? We don't want all filters, we want distortions. Deform, displace, LMNO, perspective. There's the perspective one we want, and it puts our nice little perspective frame around it. Get hold of the corner, drag that up into the corner there. Get that corner there and place it as neatly as you can there. Get hold of that corner there, place it as neatly as you can. Wobbling around something terrible here. Get that one there. You'll see that the option bar moves out of the way. And there's our cover, neatly replaced there. Now don't forget you have to apply it. Click on the apply button. Now we can go back here and we can turn on all our turned off things. And you can see we have the cover. Now the spine needs replacing. You can see the spine there, for which you'll need another little image. So you'll have to create an image with that wording on it, 1 in spine. You can see that there. That's there, 1 in spine. Now, have a look there. The phone is not over the top of that. Why do you suppose that is? Because we've got that up there. See how I've moved that down? The photo I had to move down so that it's back behind the phone. Now we can put the phone cover in. By selecting that, we can take off screen glare, phone. We've got the picture cover in there. The phone is around it. Can we remove that without a lot of drama? No. Let's leave the phone in there for the time being, because that's a straight-on image. So move that out the way. We're still on View Tool. Let's enlarge that. Let's place our Dragons of Sarasara image in there. Now, there's something that's quite tricky, isn't it? That's something you'll have to watch, because that's an actual size iPhone. You can see the measurements in there, so you'll have to have an image the same size as your iPhone screen. Let's go to distortions. We want perspective, the second one there. Now this will mess with the type on the screen. So you'll see that you can't just use one image for the whole thing, especially when it comes to iPhones and tablets, because they're all different sizes. This one may not look too bad because that image is fairly close, although it needs dragging out a little bit there. It needs a bit of cleaning up there. That's fairly good. Remember to apply, bottom right hand corner there. What did I do wrong there? That's because I had the thing selected in the wrong place. Notice I had to drag that up because I did have it down there just above that. I needed to make sure I had that part there selected. Big error. If you get confused by that, just make sure you've got your photo and your layer selected. Now you can see it's in there. It's not too bad. It fits on the screen okay. But be aware that it is vaguely a different size. Now we'll go up there. Close that down. Now it's not too bad. There's a nice little image apart from the image you're going to have to create for the spine of the book. So you can replace that image there. It's also perspective, so you'll notice that you'll have to use the filter perspective tool again. That's all there is to that. Let's go and save a copy of that. Copy and put the full stop back in there. So it's cover vault copy APF photo. Now I've left the word cover vault there because I sourced the details. I sourced these PFD files from covervault.com. Remember that. Save that there. Saving a copy. Goes into Affinity Photo. I'll just add it in there. That's where I'm storing all my things. Now I want to click export because I want to share it to save image. That's to the Photos app, the Apple Photos, and OK to export it to Affinity Photo. Add. So now that's added a copy to Affinity Photo directory. That's a directory, obviously. So you can see I've got the wine bottle one I used in the sample. I've got the cup of coffee one I've just created, and also the iPhone and hardback copy that I created there. Remember the iPad app called Documents is the one that I'm using. It's a very good app. Okay, that's it for the iPad version.